Hello, welcome to part 10 of Simpsons Hit and Run, which is literally just doing the two street races that we decided to do later.
Correction, it is me doing the street races.
That's what. Oh, come on. There's no I in team.
But I'm pretty sure we said there wasn't going to be commentary for this part.
We changed our mind.
So
yeah.
This is part 10. This is basically just us doing the circuit race and checkpoint race of level 2. Well, it's me doing the circuit race and checkpoint race of level 2, which we weren't able to succeed at because, let's just say, Lisa was too overpowered for the monorail. And so what I decided to do, I thought what I need to do is obstruct her. And so you can probably see that I'm in the monorail. The hit and run gorge, I did a little trick where I got a hit and run. I then picked mission select, and and the hit and run gorge was as if we had a hit and run, but there were no police, which meant that I was able to do this without the fear of getting a hit and run, because you can't get a hit and run because the game thinks it's already got one, but it doesn't put the police on you. The only problem is if the hit and run gorge runs out, then it goes back to normal, so you have to keep filling at you. So you have to keep causing damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is me, Green Apple 968. Basically, this is I'm about to do the circuit race, but I'm getting stationary vehicles and putting them on the road in front of where Lisa starts, so that she will literally drive straight into them and basically get obstructed. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to obstruct Lisa, so I've got a better chance of beating her in the race, because she's too good for the monorail, basically.
Well, yeah. What do you expect? The monorail was made. I'm not sure I don't remember what the monorail was made of, but I think the wiring was made by cheap people. If it blows up.
But this commentary is post. Basically, the commentary is happening after the recording. And yeah, so this is basically the last part of level 2 before we go to level 3. But we thought we'd do commentary because we didn't want it to be too boring. And the first part is just the obstruction side of things, and so it's speeded up because we don't want it to be too torturous for you. Yeah. But basically, I get 3 vehicles, and I put them just in front of Lisa. And I think I'm in need of a wrench, and I think I do come up with a great idea of getting one. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because basically, the other 2 racers weren't that threatening. The problem was Lisa. And in the previous part, I did put a vehicle in front of Lisa, but she broke free. And so I thought, well, there's 3 vehicles in the area, so what I'll instead do is put 3 vehicles in front of her.
Ooh.
And it's very important that the best way to do it is you want the closest vehicle. You literally want it to be so close to the racer so that if it was any closer, it would be touching. Because if the vehicle is touching, if you put the vehicle in a place where the racer, Lisa, if I have it so that the vehicle is touching her, the vehicle actually gets flung forwards and ends up becoming useless. So you want to have it so that it's not touching them, but you want to have it. Okay, I think I accidentally let the hit and run gorge run out, but don't worry. I managed to do 2 vehicles. So you want to have it so that the hit and run. No, you want to have it so that the vehicles, they're so close that if they were any closer, they would be touching. That's basically how you want to have it. Because the further away they are, the more time the racer has to build speed. The more speed they build, the faster they'll go out the vehicles, and so the easier it will be for them to knock out the way. By having it right in front of them, they have less time to build speed, and so it's much harder for them to knock the vehicles out the way.
Get used for this. The hit and run gorge going down so fast. Minus the fact it's also speed, or we also have this speeding up. Just wait till we get to the other levels where it won't go down as easily.
More part of the difficulty.
Well, yeah. Especially in the other levels.
But yeah, you have to. Yeah, your positioning has to be precise. If it's too far away, they'll build speed. They'll knock out the way easier. If it's so close, it's touching them. It'll just get flung forwards.
All I have to say is when we start level 3, we better have a decent freaking vehicle.
When we start what?
When we start the next level, we better have a decent vehicle.
Oh, the boat car is very nice.
I hope you.
Okay, I think this is the real thing straight away. Because you see, I've got 3 vehicles, and they're all right in front of Lisa. Because she's the biggest threat, and she's the one who needed the obstruction. And it also caught the other cars as well, it seems.
Nice one.
Although there is one of them right on me, but thankfully I don't think it's Lisa. Because the most important thing is obstructing. Yeah, it's not Lisa. The most important thing is obstructing Lisa because she's the biggest threat. And it looks like they are all on the move now. But I've got a nice head start, and messing up is not going to be helping me. Okay, and I got a nice nudge there. And all the vehicles have been destroyed.
Wow. I didn't know Lisa was quite a destructive bloke.
Okay, well, one of them at the moment is miles behind, and one of them is catching up, and one of them has always been close. And what I wanted is Lisa to be the one that's furthest away.
Let me guess, it's her that's catching up.
I'm not sure. I just hope that's not Lisa that's just directly behind me.
If only there was a look back button so you can see who's behind you.
Oh wait, there is.
Oh, wait, didn't use it?
I think it's either R1 and L1, or R2 and L2, or all 4 of them. But there is a way in which you can look backwards.
Don't have a cow, man.
And that is Lisa, and she is literally on my arse.
Oh man.
And I was literally panicking, but I made it.
Atta boy, Bart. You're getting a birthday present this year.
And this time you'll actually get the part to what's Radioactive Man Circuit called?
What?
What's Radioactive Man Circuit called?
Fallout Boy?
Yeah. And this time you will be played by Fallout Boy. Nah, it's gonna give it to Millhouse again, who didn't even want the part.
Yeah, and now it's gone straight back to obstruction, because now I do the circuit race, but before going into the circuit race I've got to do the obstruction first. And again, Lisa's the main threat. And again, I've done the little trick with the hit and run gorge, and am now finding stationary vehicles and putting them into position, because stationary vehicles don't disappear. If you put them into the road and go into a street race, they're still there, and so you want stationary vehicles are your best friend, basically.
Yeah, very much.
But yeah, so all this was done by myself, Green Apple 968, and you better have gratitude for this.
I will.
Your channel, our challenge, and me doing the torturous bits. What, are you touching the mic?
Whoops. I don't think this has come out bad. Sorry.
But the reason, when searching for vehicles, the reason why I cause as much damage as possible is to stop the hit and run gorge from running out. Because I mentioned earlier that if it runs out, then it goes back to normal, and then there's the risk of a hit and run happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, which level are you not? Is there any other levels that you're not looking forward to?
I think levels 3 and 6 have nice vehicles.
You think? You think? When I said, oh, when we get past level 1, it'll be a breeze. Then I remember the monorail's crap as well.
Not to mention other vehicles.
What, the go-kart?
How about an RC?
I know about the RC, but to be honest, there's that makes up for it with three force vehicles. So we won't have it for long.
If you were to say something negative about the RC, do you know what I say?
What?
Oh, sounds like you're getting a bit RC. Do you get it?
Man, you've gone off the rails, haven't you?
You've used that one before.
Dang it!
And this can be a bit tricky because you have to get I think I get it so that I get the vehicle through the right side of the crusty pole thing, and I have to go through it myself as well.
Can I have a colossal donut? Oh, hey, that's false advertisement. Sorry, sir. Well, there he says, if I want a colossal donut, then I will get a colossal donut.
You don't scare us.
No.
And then when you stole the donut, that like mask thing it had, it was pathetic. It made like no difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also it's very important that you try not to damage the vehicles as well, because very often the racers, they either knock them out of the way or they obliterate them, and the less damaged they are, the more of a stand they're going to take. Just saying. If they're like smoking and damaged, then they're going to put up less of a stand, aren't they? And you want these vehicles to distract the racers as much as possible.
Well, since it's pretty much the same thing, let's ask a question. Is there any Simpsons character you have to feel absolutely sorry for?
Feel sorry for?
Yeah.
I
would probably say for me it's probably Frank Grimes. Freaking genius, and what he goes insane because a guy who literally is not qualified to be at work at a power plant actually works there, and he's that's an idiot. Enters a kid contest, and yet he wins first prize.
Ignore my text message. My hit and run gorge accidentally ran out, means I do have to be witty now. But yeah, Frank Grimes was a very intelligent and well qualified guy who deserved his job at the power plant, but he had to literally work his arse off his whole life for it. And then he ended up meeting Homer, who had like the same job, but had like a much more comfortable like position, a much more comfortable income, like a much better like lifestyle. But Homer was a complete and utter slob, a complete and utter moron. He didn't deserve any of it, and Frank Grimes ended up like becoming really bitter and like angry and jealous, and rightfully so, because like he like worked so hard and got so little, whereas Homer did like nothing and got so much. And what really got to him is the fact that everybody seemed fine with Homer, and he just ended up going insane. Now, you notice the taxi that crashed into the cars and sort of scattered them about?
Yeah.
At first, I was really annoyed about that. However, that actually ended up really helping me.
Really? Oh, you didn't? So you didn't keep the voices in?
5, 5, 5, 4.
Yeah. Four's the go number, right?
Because what the taxi did, it put the vehicles in a position where it ended up obstructing everyone, which gave me a nice lead on everyone. Because in practice attempts, there were times when I obstructed Lisa, but then ended up losing to one of the other racers. And so Lisa wasn't the only threat, although she was the biggest threat by far. And I ended up getting a nice lead.
I think, and if I remember rightly, if you do all races on this, I believe you get most sedan.
I think so.
Yeah.
Obviously they are on the run, but they are on the move, and they are catching up. But basically my attitude was, as long as Lisa's the furthest away, I should be okay. Obviously I did see one catching up, and I just had to hope that it wasn't Lisa, although judging by the speed I would say it probably is, and I've got to just depend on the lead that I've got.
Well, this is not really I'm not sure if this is really the longest race, because I'm pretty sure the other levels are going to be longer. No, they're in the finish line.
Not terrible.
Oh!
And the crowd
Thank
goes
you.
wild.
Not terrible. And with that, we got 100% on level 2.
I then picked mission 3, so that it takes me near Gil, so I could then purchase the vehicles from him. Because I believe that was the end of the monorail, and thank God.
Yeah, hopefully we get
Well, it's
better.
not, because I just got into it.
Oh, I hope for a better vehicle next time. Seriously. I thought the rocket car was bad. Well, that's especially because I think you find it very frail.
Out of the way, wannabe.
I wanted him on the pavement.
Really?
Gotta help old Gil
I didn't
out.
want to press triangle to speak to him and then accidentally get into a car. I wanted to speak to him on the pavement, but there was no risk of me getting into a vehicle.
Oh, Gilly's gonna work for
That's level 100% done, and we'll be seeing you in level 3.
when we get to the end.
Part 11.
Part 11. Hopefully, when the whenever the Monorail goes down.
And what goes down?
I'm not sure when it gets to the end of time because we're nowhere near it at the moment. Which is because how long the loading times are. I said before. I played the GameCube version where the loading times are like a lot shorter. Right then, we'll see you next time for part 11 of the Simpsons Hit and Run special vehicle playthrough.